Hi guys, it's Nina from VR Focus. I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Chuck Chae, a director and a story architect for Buddy VR, virtual relationship experience.
So tell me a little bit about the experience and what it's all about.
Well, it has a very simple story line. It's about a one become a friend with a lonely mouse. But then we employ a interactive storytelling where a user could be part of the movie and interact with the main character and change the course of the story within the movie experience.
So it's kind of like a non-linear experience where depending on how you react, things can change?
Right, exactly. And I was very concerned for how much of an experience and freedom to allow to the audience but how much of a constraints should we give so we can flow the story? Why people don't cry after playing video games, all that kind of issues that came along, and we try to strike a right balance for this type of experience.
What am I supposed to call it? A film or a game? Do you have a term for it?
We would just call it an experience. I'm a huge fan of a white hat philosophy, and the philosophy states that we have to constantly move to prove our existence. Mm-hmm. And in order for our audience to feel they're existing in a virtual world, we thought that we should give an objective to the audience to interact within the storyline that will prove the existence of both Buddy and the user. Yeah, and that really struck me, and I wanted to employ a very simple storyline. If it was told in a linear movie, it would have been really, very simple kiddie piece. But this method of using a process as part of the storytelling would be, I believe this is more prominent for a VR experience.
Have you done VR before, or is this your first time?
Yes. Actually, I finished directing Follow the White Rabbit experience last year. That was showcased in Cannes. And prior to that, did many commercials and things.
Okay, so this isn't new. You're just experimenting again, trying to make more content.
Yes.
So is this based on an IP or a world that already exists in another platform?
Yes, it's actually based out of Notja animation series. It was one of the successful movies shown in the Hollywood box office as well. It was produced and owned by Red Rover Studios, and we just borrowed one of the character from the world setting from the movie. Right? And
then decided. How come this specific character?
Well, he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
In the movie, and I thought this animal character could actually easily access to audiences without any gender bias, nationality, or language barrier, but able to interact by instinct and depending on the user's personal values to drive the narrative. And for that, I thought this cute little mouse could be non-intrusive or not scaring anybody, and able to allow audience to be more active within the experience.
Yeah, well, I definitely enjoyed it. I played it just now, and you mentioned that you've tried it on various sort of younger children.
Yes.
And every single time it's a different experience. How long is the experience in total?
It's actually 16 minutes, but depending on the user's experience, the movie can wait for you. And I thought it would be very important for younger generation to experience this, because they're the one who will be employing more interactive storytelling within the next medium. And I wanted to give them a really good memory of a virtual relationship with a virtual character. Hopefully, they will bring the VR back in more fashionable way.
Were you inspired by any other VR or experiences out there? When I played this, the first thing that I saw was Moss, interacting with the little mouse, and the fact that there was no language, and I guess sign language was, very much involved. What type of experiences were you inspired by to follow this?
Well, I was a huge fan of Wolves in the Wall. That came out slightly before our project did, and we couldn't really use it as a reference project because it came out back to back pretty much. And but I was really impressed with the way of coordinating and the interactivity, and basically the user experience was very well designed, And that's something after I realized that I thought would be amazing to recreate, and here we are. And actually Henry really struck me as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very cute and impactful piece that I thought, oh, this is where the VR storytelling is going. We're living in this experience, right? And every time people press controllers and things, they forget about what situation they are in. They just want to survive and drive things forward. But then what if we could have not a cutscene moment, but something more storytelling aspect, narrative to drive? And I thought the Henry and Wolves in the Wall was definitely one of the go-to experience for me. Yeah.
Is this experience out yet, or is it coming out?
It's coming out after the festival circuit. We're planning to release this in LBEs in North America, and also within South Korea and China and so on.
And which type of headsets are we looking at?
Anything. It's compatible with Oculus Vive, mainly developed for Oculus, but Windows MR goggles series are also compatible.
Okay, so does that mean that you can also potentially just watch it on your phone without having to put on a headset as well?
Actually, no. We need a strong GPU, 980 minimum to drive the experience. Yes.
And will the experience be free when it comes out, or do you have to pay for it?
It's actually being monetized from the LBEs, admission based, but then for the next episodes and whatnot, we're hoping to have it charged so they could recoup the investment.
Which film festivals do people have to go to in order to potentially watch and experience it?
Well, it has been accepted to Venice Film Festival, and I'm really grateful and honored for that. And hopefully after we will have different festivals to have a showcase, including the Busan Film Festival coming up in Korea, and the various others all over.
Well, I think this is great. I think it was very enjoyable.
Thank you.
Very funny. Is there a website that we can go to find out more?
Yes, redrover.co.kr. If you could visit, and you can check out the Nutjob series world and exciting development they're doing.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Head over to vrfocus.com if you want to find out more about virtual, augmented, or mixed reality, and I will see you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.